guys? This is Bailey with basically Bailey's Best. I keep wanting to say basically B squared because that was my original name. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about sleep training. 5 things you need to know before you start sleep training, no matter what type of sleep training that you're doing. I like to break it up in different topics because I feel like it makes it more absorbable into my brain when I have like bullet points, like, okay, here's 5 things that I can do before I sleep train. Give you a little bit of backstory. So I am currently using the taking care of babies method, which is taking care of, like her name, babies. And it's the ABCs of sleep training. So it's basically like the cried out method, but like not as cold turkey. And I tried the cold turkey method and she's just been screaming bloody murder for like 2 weeks. So usually I feel like when you're starting sleep training, you're either at your wit's end or you knew ahead of time because you have other kids or nieces or nephews or friends or whatever, that sleep training is very vital for the child's brain and your sanity. So we have been sleep training for almost a month now. And I'm trying to get my notes pulled up here. And let me just show you. Okay, look at that. All these are the dates that I've logged. So I started on 10/12/2020 and today is 11/6/2020. Okay, so literally almost a month. The only reason I started sleep training was because I felt like she wasn't sleeping, like at all. Not even like, oh, I don't want to co-sleep anymore. No, it got to the point where she was trying to nurse on me like every 15 minutes. She was not going back to sleep. She was super cranky all day long. Like the happy, sweet baby that I used to have was totally gone and she was just a Grinch, a Scrooge the whole day long. And I knew something was up. I started introducing solids like right at 6 months. She's about 6.5 months now, and nothing was giving. Like I tried Motrin, I've tried Tylenol because she started teething in the middle of all this, and it was just unbearable. Like to be home with a screaming baby all day, like as a female, you have hormones that just like surge through your body of like, why are they crying? I need to fix it. And look at me now, not crying. She's crying, I'm not crying anymore. So backstory is the only reason I started sleep training was because it was necessary. Not because I am super type A and I wanted to do it, not because somebody told me about it and I thought it was cool. Literally, it was necessary. I don't think anybody really wants to sleep train, but again, it's necessary. For one, it's going to get worse before it gets better. I need you to go in prepared for battle, okay? Like, if you're gonna go into this, be prepared for battle. Be prepared to have all your limits tested. Don't do it alone. Make sure that you and your partner discuss it in full. Like, hey, this is what the expectation is. I know it's gonna seem kind of weird and like off or maybe like cruel because we're letting her cry for 15 minutes at a time, but this is what we're doing. Number 2, be serious when they say to black out the dang windows, okay? Because I didn't take it serious. I was like, oh no, my baby will wanna sleep in natural light. Nah, bro, they a bat. They're a little baby bat. It's like, they need to be dark sleeping space. So my friend Erin did this, and when they would come into town, this window, literally right here, I'm filming in my sketchy basement because I got a real nice window for light right here. They would ask us to put black trash bags over the windows, and I thought it was the weirdest thing ever, but now I totally get it. Totally get it. Black out the windows. You don't need those expensive blackout curtains. Literally all you do is take black trash bags or cardboard or thick, like not thick blankets, like thin blankets, put them over the windows. I literally thumbtacked black trash bags, the huge ones, over her window and then left her curtains on the outside so that the curtains weren't like thumbtacked in there. Number 3, don't be afraid to get creative as far as like sleep sacks, because a lot of these things will like recommend stuff but say only if you feel like it's necessary. Don't be afraid to like spend $40. It's totally worth it to just experiment. So we have the the Nested Bean Zen Sleep Sack. I'll link it below. And we have the Hatch sound machine. We have different pacifiers. Like we have the Itsy Ritsy ones, we have the Advent ones. Advent. Is it Advent? It's near Christmas, don't get me started. And so we experimented with different pacifiers, different bottles for nighttime routine, because Brett actually does the nighttime routine now. I'll actually pump literally specifically only for him to be able to do that. And it, like, just don't be afraid to experiment and spend some money. Like, invest in these things, because it's only going to invest in your time and your sanity and your future with your family, which is obviously more important than money. So don't be afraid to experiment. Yes, it is important to stick to the structure of the sleep routine that you feel comfortable with and you feel like that suits your family best. But it is also extremely important. Listen to me when I say this. It is okay to veer from the plan. Trust your mom gut. I'm gonna tell you again, trust your mom gut. If you like, something pulls you in this direction towards this sleep sack, do it. If something pulls you in this direction towards, I don't think she likes the crickets anymore, I feel like she might want the white noise and it needs to be on a level 40 instead of a level 38, trust it. Trust it. You have an internal bond with your baby. And it is very important to not be so like, no, this is gonna work, like I was, and this is what we have to stay to. I got so wrapped up in like following the rules that I just totally like, I just thought it had to be done a certain way. And now that I am a whole month in, I'm like, no, there are some things that you have to figure out what your baby likes and what your baby doesn't like. Literally, the sleep plan for us is to keep, like, they have like these wake windows. So it's in between when they're sleeping, it's a wake window, right? And it's supposed to be between 2 hours in the morning and then 2.5 hours to 3 hours, or 2.5 hours to 3 hours in between those naps, right? Maeve is a 2-hour girl, straight up. I was keeping her up 2.5 hours, and that extra 30 minutes was just getting her overly tired, super pissed off, to the point where she wouldn't go back to sleep. The way I've spaced up my feedings, the different solids that I've introduced, you're just gonna have to like mess with it and tweak it until you feel like it's starting to work. But also, don't give up. Don't give up when you feel like, oh my gosh, this is literally just getting so much worse. Remember, number one, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So I feel like she is now sleeping through the night, like 11 to 12 hours, which is amazing. She was waking up at least minimum every 2 hours. It was really frustrating because, yeah, even though Brett had to go to work, I was home with 2 kids all day doing virtual learning. So we both were just like zombies and losing our minds. Still haven't conquered naps. She's currently upstairs screaming bloody murder right now. But I'm doing like the 5, 10, 15 minute method. So you check in on 5, you check it on 10, and you check in on 15. And for naps, I only do 5, 10, 15. And then after that, she just sits there for the whole hour. Whether she screams, whether she plays, she will be fine. She's a very, very active baby. So I have had to increase the amount of times I offer to nurse her, and I've also increased her food. So we've been doing all kinds of baby food and stuff. I'm gonna make another video about baby foods, or I already made it. I don't know where I am in the week. So anyway, that's my little opinion take on sleep training. Good luck. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram or leave a comment below. And I'm gonna pray for you, okay? Do it with Jesus, okay? Love you, bye.